Happy Wednesday to you. Good second day of off week. Great day to get a good rehab, good lift in for the second day, and again, really be able to work a lot of our young kids today, as well as put together our third down game plan for Cal and get that installed. We'll take the next 2 days and focus on academics, let the kids have off from football. As a staff, we will be on the road recruiting, and then we will report back Saturday. Saturday will be like a normal Monday schedule for us, and then Sunday will be a typical Tuesday practice. We'll begin meetings at 2, and then practice will be at our regular time for the media. Injury-wise, we're the same as yesterday. We held Jordan Simmons today again, held Buda Tucker again today, and held Leon today. Everybody else is getting healed up from some bumps and bruises, and looking forward to having a couple days off for these kids, and then get back on Saturday to get going. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
What's been the biggest change in the defense from the first 3 games to the next 3 or 4?
Really the pressure that's getting to the quarterback, I think, is the thing that you see the most. Getting the quarterback off the spot. We had started off with 3 sacks and 4 sacks and then last week got 2 sacks, but you saw the pressure that was being applied to Khalil, getting him off his spot, and then all of a sudden you look up, and in the first half you only have 1 completion, and I think they ended up at 42% completion rate. A lot of that has to do with the amount of pressure that's getting there. So that's the biggest thing, and I think it's one, the kids are doing a great job with the 4-man rush. They've become better at the 4-man rush, and then Clancy dialing up the pressures that he's doing right now. I think it makes it hard on offensive lines and quarterbacks.
Has Porter Gustin added some new stuff in the last couple of games?
Yeah, definitely. I think him and Chinna have probably improved the most in pass rushing. You look at where we were early, Scott, and they're in that 3-4 front as outside linebackers, really having to hold the edge, having to drop, and then you go to your nickel package, which we've seen a lot of with these spread offenses, and now they become the stand-up defensive ends, and that's their primary focus is rush lane. So I think they've gotten better at it from game 1 to game 7 a lot, and a lot of it has to do because of being in the nickel package a whole lot more.
Go ahead.
Cal is like I think last in the nation or second to last in defensive rushing yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've played some good rushing teams. You think about San Diego State right now, and that running back that's down there, I mean, he's electric. They're doing a really good job. And then they play a Utah team that's primarily a rush team also. And then you look at Oregon State. Oregon State went into that game saying, hey, we're running the ball at them. So they really played three pretty dang good rushing teams. That's what they do, and came away. Those teams came away successful. Have not played a ton of down the field passing teams yet, but have played some good rushing teams.
How did you convince Baxter to come back to SC?
Oh man, well, there's some guys that are great teachers, but they're also great friends, and not only is a guy that I respect as well as anybody in this profession, but he just happens to be one of my best friends. And he knows how special this place is. As he told me when we were talking about coming back, he said, I really feel like there's some unfinished business to do there. And he loves California. I mean, he loves the state. He loved being here while he was here. Again, that was one of the hardest calls I've ever made in my life, to call Jim Harbaugh, but it was definitely worth it because that guy has, as you have seen, has transformed not only our special teams, but how he's helped our kickers, how he's helped Matt Bormeister, how he's helped Chris Tilby. He's a special guy. He's a special teacher.
His wife, he said his wife teases him that he's never happy with the special teams, with the players, and nothing they can do to make him happy. What's the happiest you've seen him yet?
Somebody. Last week he was pretty happy. I mean, anytime that you go 8 for 8 with kickoffs, at touchbacks, and then you have there were 0 return yards on 12 kicks. That means your kickers are doing a heck of a job, whether it's placement or whether it's hang time or whether it was just Matt kicking the sucker out of the end zone. I think the amount of time that he's put into those 2 kids and how he's helped them, that was one of the happier I've seen him, was this past game.
When you said it was a tough phone call, when you called Jim, why was that a difficult call?
Because I know how valuable he was up there also, you know, and you end up calling Coach Harbaugh after his first year, and you know, it's like stealing a good man away from another guy, a guy that you respect. And, you know, he's building a program, and you have to call him and be able to say, Coach, we're trying to do the same thing down here, and I'd really like to have the opportunity to visit with Coach Baxter. You know, that's always a hard phone call to make, especially, you know, when they're trying to build a program also, and we're doing a good job in their first year.
How did he take it?
He was unbelievably respectful. Really appreciated the phone call, and just he said, "You know what, Clay? He's a great man, great coach, great man. I don't blame you." So it was very respectful, very cordial.
Did you give him some milk?
Hmm?
Did you give him some milk?
Give him who?
Jim.
No.
I think last week you were at a game with him. Harbaugh? Were you at the high school game?
Yeah, I wish I could talk about it. I can't talk about it because it deals with recruiting.
Right.
Almost got me there. I almost said.
I'm just curious.
But yeah, he was in town.
What is it like when he seems to draw attention, people, kids, just naturally to him?
You know, Jim's a very likable coach and a very likable man, and I think has a lot of respect throughout the country, and has always had that respect as a coach. He's beyond entertaining, so you know, he's a likable coach, and I think a lot of kids are attracted to him.
Does that put pressure on a coach to try to match him in charisma? Or
No, I think. Usually when you're dealing with head coaches, they are what they are. You know, they're gonna. I'm gonna be myself. The next guy's gonna be himself, and Jim is, you know, one of a kind. He's pretty special at what he does.
Adoree had a couple spot starts on offense, and then since he's kind of stuck in defense. Is he still available, or is it still
Definitely,
still a
you know,
future
definitely. I was teasing with him the other day. I said, if they won't kick it to you, then we need to hand it to you or throw it to you or something. So, you know, he's definitely, you know, I think you got to judge every game and look at every game and what it entails. And you look at Cal. They got one of the top quarterbacks, not only in our conference, but in the country, and a team that's already run over 100 plays in a game. So you got to be real careful about how much you use them, if any. We're going to have tall challenges as one of the best passing teams, not only in our conference, but in college football. So he's going to have a tall order there. So we got to be really careful. We always take his package in, and, you know, we've got to find ways to get the ball in his hands. You know, and obviously teams have started to learn now you don't kick it to them. So we need to find other ways to get it to him.
Do one more.
How does Cal's quarterback, Davis Webb, kind of look compared to what Goff had last year?
I tell you what, doing a tremendous job of getting the ball out. He has Jared's arm strength to make any throw on the field. What I've been impressed with is how quickly he gets the ball out. You know, I think they only have like 12 sacks on the year, and you look at from snap to ball, he may be as good as anybody that we've played. The other thing that I'm seeing, which is a little bit different, and obviously they've got a new coordinator, is they're allowing him to signal some routes with their RPOs. You can see them dial up a run, and he's kind of being able to signal the wide receivers what he wants. I did not necessarily see that with Jared, you know, so I think they're giving this guy, an older guy, a mature guy, some luxury to be able to change some things, and that's different than what we've seen from Cal.
Thanks, Coach.